The mission of Apologia Actoris is that of the Church of Necessary Evil. There is a mystical balance that needs to be maintained in existence. And while the principles of benevolence and evil are not seen as important to possibility and nothingness, they are. These are the principles that create judgment, that create meaning, that establishes purpose. To the Church of Necessary Evil, the principle of evil is not a negative means to a positive end, or even a negative means to a justifiable end. To the Church, evil is the means and the end, the motivation and the justification. Evil is a necessity, because in the end, in order to defeat evil, one becomes evil, leaving only evil. Nazan Cadenza is a priest of the Church of Necessary Evil. Nazan Cadenza is the first character introduced within the story, talking with fellow member La Regina della Tempesta about various definitions of good and evil. While the two discussed the role and the purpose of humanity, it was revealed that Nazan Cadenza was the youngest member of the church, but yet he had grasped a vast amount of knowledge despite his youth. Nazan Cadenza is operating in this conversation, doing what he can to tip the balance in the favor of evil. Good has already done too much. In terms of humanity, they do too much to try to fight against evil, rather than embrace it. We gain a bit more of his mindset as the story continues, such as there is no such thing as truth to him. Actuality is an illusion. Nazan Cadenza is a being that is able to blink away 616 centillion infinite multiverses in the very first chapter. At the same time, we see him nonchalantly snapping his finger, just a mere snap, completely unmaking the existence of an infinite amount of sets of levels that each contained infinite multiverses, each composed of infinite universes, as well as many other infinities of various realities, dimensions, realms, and planes of existence. This was interesting because this was written, I think, in like 2011. So some of my terminology is different, and these feats definitely on the low end of certain things I do, but we'll keep going. In this first chapter, Nazan Cadenza started to whistle, whistling a note at a frequency that countered the very principle of the highest level of infinity's own vibrational frequency, shattering the essence of the union of the nothing and all possibility. Nazan Cadenza can project a mental, yet immaterial representation of his existence into the world. This existence acts as an envoy for himself. This representation, I don't think just as powerful as him, but it's extremely powerful, as the forces of the omniverse that represented balance gathered the forces of good from all possibilities and actualities in order to defeat him. However, because of the mentalities from the forces of good, a chain reaction happened that turned all of his opponent's attacks and willpower back to the state of zero. All supposed actions created by all of the forces were reset back to point zero. Nazan Cadenza turned all possibilities, actualities, and phenomena back to the state of zero, completely erasing everything that was, is, and never could be. Like I said, this dude definitely on the low scale, but I like him. Like any religion, the beliefs can tend toward ascending or descending ends. In this case, it is better to reign in evil than it is to ignorantly bathe in the benevolence. Once you attempt to set up a legend like this to explain the necessity of evil, you welcome the ones with the most open minds to worship it. Let me definitely say that this isn't like my beliefs or nothing. I know how people like to twist crap. This is just a book, and this is just a book that favors characters who worship evil. I actually want to do a whole profile on all of these guys. This one was very interesting.
The Suggsverse refers to a series of books written and published by Lionel Suggs, officially titled Heir to the Stars. Those who have heard of it may know it as a work that focuses excessively on the power levels to the point of surpassing omnipotence on multiple levels, and even that may be an understatement. The main story begins with in-universe author and narrator, the Ace of Spades, leaving his station after creating 7 possible successors and the ensuing power struggles they face to obtain his position.